Welcome back. Now, reports coming in indicate that the security agencies in Dubai have allegedly arrested TikTok personality and entrepreneur Samuel Onuha along with his younger brother Ruben Onuha over allegations of they allegedly smuggling about 250 kilograms of white or COKE into the Emirates. Now, these brothers, it turns out they are Dutch nationals and also co-founders of the fashion brand Icon Amsterdam, are actually facing serious legal challenges under the United Arab Emirates' stringent drug laws. Per this, if they are convicted, they could face up to about 25 years in prison. So, let me break it down. This case came out just about 3 days ago. It's an evolving case and I'm following it keenly. I didn't break it at the time it broke because I wanted to take my time and gather the information accurately. But as I've said, all these are per reports and they are allegations until proven in a court of law, or let me say a competent court of law. But just to break down everything that has come out as of now, this is the information with regards to allegations of they actually running a smuggling network. Now, per that, the arrests actually took place in the early hours of 1st of March following a raid on Samuel Onuha's $50 million mansion in Palm Jumeirah. Authorities would actually indicate that Samuel Onuha, who is just 25 years old as at the time of this incident, is actually suspected of leading a smuggling operation referred to as a snow network. Yeah, snow. I hope you get what it means. Snow as in white, white as in COKE. Sometimes some of these linguas or jargons are best understood by people in the inner circle. Now, he is accused of running this while his brother, Ruben, who is 23 years old, the younger one, is also alleged to have been playing a role with regards to logistics and distribution per their operation. So it seems like the allegations are trying to put out a situation where these two brothers are running this network together, where Samuel Onuha, the elder brother, is deemed the leader running the snow network, whilst his younger brother Ruben is deemed to be the one running the logistics. Now, the police in Dubai have stated that the COKE, which has an estimated street value of about $60 million, was allegedly trafficked from South America and it's passed through Amsterdam before reaching the United Arab Emirates. This is interesting because you begin to look at this and ask yourself, if this is true, how did it even make it past the UAE? Sorry, how did it even make it past the Netherlands? Or even, first of all, how did it even get into the Netherlands and make it out into the UAE? Now, just so you appreciate what these two brothers have accomplished prior to this incident, let me talk about some of the achievements that they have. We are going to look at their social media and business enterprises that they have and how come this investigation is now affecting it and putting all these achievements in quotes under intense scrutiny of the authorities. Now, Samuel Onuha, the senior brother, is actually known for his lavish lifestyle and is also a TikTok person who has a following of over 2 million people. And he has built a reputation for showcasing luxury cars and designer fashion. I'm sure you've seen him on social media. You are seeing some of the things that these brothers are doing on social media. And it's not strange to see some of these things, especially in these times on social media. People showing their success and how well they live their lives. I don't really have a problem with it as long as it's genuine, but I'll get into that when I'm done detailing out all the issues with regards to this case. Now, authorities actually believe that his social media influence and business connections may have been used to conceal illicit activities. And per this, I'm sure it's going to be geared towards the crime or the alleged crime of money laundering. However, the Onuha's legal team has also disputed these claims of the authorities, and they continue to insist that the evidence remains circumstantial. As at the time of making this video, the brothers have not issued a public statement since their arrest, and I'm not surprised. They really want to navigate everything with their legal counsel and all the other advisors they have in between before they come out to say anything. Because this is a high-profile case, and any word they put out with regards to this issue and their arrest, it's possible it could affect a lot of things for them going forward on the case and even off the case. Now, with regards to the ongoing investigation, sources are actually alleged to be suggesting that the case actually originated from a months-long investigation which was triggered by alleged reports from some individuals who had actually attended a private party hosted by these brothers in February. Now, their concerns reportedly led to a sting operation that eventually would lead to this raid. So, if this is actually true, then it means that the tip-off came from the people around them, the people in their own circles who are alleged to have attended a private party. And it comes back to the statement, watch the people in your circle. This is not me trying to hold brief for them. This is me just highlighting the context of this allegation, that if it's true, it means that every time there are people around you, some are genuinely around you to celebrate you and be happy with you, but sometimes some are also using it as an opportunity to get close, to see what they can find out and possibly use against you. Now, the Dubai country or the Emirates in itself enforces a strict zero tolerance policy on drug-related offenses. And this means that a conviction for these brothers could lead to very, very severe penalties for them. And this could even include life imprisonment. But then, as I've always been saying, legal experts are cautioning that the case remains in the early stages and the allegations have yet to be proven in a court of competent jurisdiction. I've spoken about this severally. When these cases come out, you know, there's a lot of sensationalism it comes with, especially given the high-profile nature of these guys. They are under 30 years old and they've achieved so much. You see what they even document with regards to their come-up story. How they were broke, how they were flipping beggars, how they were hustling, how they were sharing bicycles, right up to how they made it. And when you see things like this, you know, it's an inspiring story. They've even had the chance to educate people on how to grow business, how to hustle. This is a beautiful story. And everybody loves a beautiful story. It's inspiring. Up until a point where a case like this comes up and it's now being suspected that their success might have been illicit and not legitimate. Like I've said, this is an evolving case. Nothing has been proven that sticks concretely that these brothers are actually guilty of trafficking white. So, as it stands now, they are innocent until proven guilty, but then the point remains that there's a possibility that they could be found guilty. And I'm going to do an analysis of this, where if they are found guilty, what the implications are, and if they are found innocent, what the implications are. Let's start with what happens if they are found guilty. As I've already put out, they could be facing stringent charges between up to about 25 years imprisonment and possibly even life imprisonment, because Dubai doesn't play with drug-related issues. They would make an example of you. They are very stringent on it, and I respect that. And if they are found guilty, you, the person watching on social media, who has seen their affluence and all the glamour they've demonstrated, the wealth they've put around, the comfortable life they've shown, the exciting life and luxurious life they've shown. You who have seen this on social media, and you were probably cursing yourself when you saw this, you were unhappy with yourself, asking your God questions as to how come you can't be in such a situation. You should now be asking yourself, on what valid and genuine grounds were you feeling that way? Because there's a saying that not all that glitters is gold. And that saying have aged very well with time, because it has stood the test of time. It has shown that it's a fact. I have another case on my channel with regards to a guy called Hash Papi. He was living a very similar life, and he turns out to have also been nabbed by the police in Dubai in concert with other security agencies. And it turns out that he was into something crazy altogether. That is not to say these guys are doing the same thing. I told you, I'm just doing an analysis if it turns out they are guilty. But the point I'm making is, don't believe everything you see on social media. Some things are real, but most of the things are not real. These are people trying to portray to be something. Sometimes it's even part of a long game to build an image and lure you in. You, the person watching, feeling that you are not achieving much in life. You are not even happy with your own life. You are not appreciative of what you have achieved. You are not content with what God has blessed you with. Some of these people who flaunt on social media are actually flaunting with you in mind as a target, hoping that they will get their fingers into you, entice you, swindle you based on what you see them doing, and take what you have which you don't value and add to theirs, because they value what you have which you don't value. I hope you get it. All I'm saying is, get up every morning, put in your best, get the knowledge on how to build yourself, expand your sources of income, keep yourself healthy, be the best for yourself and your family, and be content. There's a lot to life than just money and wealth. And wealth is not just about money. Sometimes it's about other things that you can't quantify in terms of money. Although that is not to say money is not important. I hope you get the difference. Now, that is the analysis if they are guilty. But then, if it turns out they are found innocent, I think that this might still have affected them to a point, because sometimes some people are arrested, they are charged, cases go to court, and they beat the case. But it leaves a bit of doubt in the minds of some members of society who wonder whether they beat the case because they had good lawyers, or maybe the security agencies didn't do a good job, or they actually beat the case because they were fully innocent. And I'm thinking that even if the Onuha brothers are to beat the case, there is a bit of a possibility that some of this might stain them going into the future. There will be some people who may always be wondering if these guys were actually guilty, but maybe they were so smart and they had a good legal team and they beat the case. That is not to say it can really affect them going forward with regards to their businesses and other things, to a point. And I think if it does, there could be legal remedies available for them to pursue. But it's also really not that important to them at a level what somebody thinks of them, because people already think something of everybody at a point in time. But all I'm saying is, this could still affect them, even if they are found innocent. Some people may doubt them. They may have some associations with some brands, and these brands may begin to question the relevance of this association going into the future. They may begin to question whether they need to still maintain it, and they may find a way to dissociate just because of the bad press or the adverse media that these guys are now in, even if they turn out to be innocent. But what do you think about this case? There are some who believe that these guys are being targeted because most people can't appreciate that at this young age, 23 and 25 years old, they are able to achieve all this. But there are some who also believe that the security agencies don't just move. They move with evidence, because they also understand and appreciate the law and how it works, to the point that they know that if they don't do their homework before they arrest somebody and prosecute, the person can use the law against them and even sue them. And also, their reputation as security agencies begins to also take a hit, and their credibility also takes a hit. So for me, based on the things I've seen, I'm sitting on the fence on this until a competent court of law actually rules on this case based on everything that is available to it. I'm sitting on the fence because I see this as possibly going left or possibly going right, but certainly it's going to go in one direction. And I'm waiting and following this case to see where it ends up. Until then, let me know your views in the comment section. Let's have a discussion on this. What do you think should be the posture or position of anybody with regards to what you see on social media? Do you also think that this case is likely to end with a guilty verdict? Or do you think that these brothers are innocent and probably whoever raised the alarm on these guys are just jealous or maybe misinformed? What do you think? Let's have a conversation in the comment section. Subscribe if you are to do so, turn on post notifications, watch our other videos, and let us know what you think. I'll catch you on the next one. Stay safe out there.